Watch me paint a mural on this wall. I'm not sure if you remember this one. It's in Garden City Mall in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I painted this mural a couple years back, but I wanted to do a refresh and voice over this video. My client just wanted black and white line work, and so I made it look like a huge coloring book. And then there's a feature piece in the center of this mural that is color, and it was supposed to be so that you could stand in front of it and get your photo taken. This image is to represent spring, and so there's lots of florals, mushrooms, bunnies. It's very cute. The rest of the mural is just people that are shopping and having a good time in the mall. And here it is, all done. The only color that was used in this entire mural was obviously black, and then there are pops of teal, which is in their logo, you can see in there, and then just that centerpiece. And here's another look at the centerpiece again. This one was painted over, but the whole rest of the mural remains. So just that centerpiece was painted over. And still to this day, this remains one of my favorite murals. Thanks again to Garden City Mall for having me. Thanks so much for watching my video. Today's project is this playhouse that sits in beautiful Selkirk, Manitoba. The owners of this playhouse actually built it by hand for their kids and their grandkids. The name of this playhouse is Frogmore Cottage, which I think is pretty funny because if you know anything about the royal family, you'll know that the Frogmore Cottage is the smaller cottage that sits on the larger estate. So it's actually quite a suitable name for a small playhouse. In this clip, if you're watching closely, you will see the homeowner give me a bowl of pasta. So that was awesome. Now back to our Frogmore Cottage. Playing off the name Frogmore, I added in a bunch of frogs. And for a pop of color, some beautiful butterflies. And here it is, all done. I would say that my second mural of the outdoor season is a total success. It was a beautiful day, and I think the temperature actually reached plus 30 today. That's Celsius for all of you Americans. This took about 5 hours to paint, and while I painted, I had a beautiful view of the river. While I painted, I also listened to a podcast, and I think I got a bit of a tan. So a total successful day. And now I might be biased when I say this, but I think that this Frogmore Cottage is better than the real thing. So if you've ever seen the real thing or you're from England, let me know in the comments below which one you like better. Anyways, thanks so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I spent the last 2 days in a daycare turning these panels into a mural. These are plywood panels, and below them there will be lockers. They wanted me to paint on the panels instead of directly on the wall to have the option to move them later on, if that's something they want to do. So this client requested space, a nature scene, and the animals from the 7 indigenous teachings. And now believe me when I say I struggled with this one a bit because I couldn't figure out how to put all 3 of those things into one mural. And also considering that the mural is a lot smaller than the walls I'm typically used to painting. So the night before starting this mural, I couldn't come up with anything, so I figured I'd just go to bed and maybe something would come to me. Then I had a dream about this mural, and this is what I came up with in the dream. Then driving to the mural in the morning, I hashed out all the details, and then I pitched it to the client right before starting, and thankfully she liked the idea. So then I just started freehand sketching my ideas, and I watched everything come to life in front of me. I like to paint this way because I find it a lot less stressful, so whatever happens at the wall just happens. And here it is all done. Okay, so now hear me out while I tell the story of what's happening in this mural. So there's this group of kids who live in space, kind of like Peter Pan in Neverland. And while they're floating around, they come across this portal. The portal leads to another universe, and within that universe, there's a forest. And the forest has the animals from the 7 teachings. You can see this guy's floating around in space about to enter the portal. Once in the portal, they can breathe the air, so they take off their masks. And this kid brought his teddy bear to check everything out. Now see, this turtle has escaped from the portal, and this guy caught it, and he's going to return it. The turtle is also one of the animals of the 7 teachings. And if you don't know all 7 teachings, you'll have to look them up because this video is unfortunately not long enough to educate you on that. I kept the animals lifelike, but I gave the children a more cartoonish and playful feel to keep the mural really fun. Thank you so much for watching. Today I painted this wall in a daycare. This mural was actually donated to the daycare from a lady whose kid attends the daycare, and it was donated on behalf of her mother who had recently passed. She asked me to include some of her mother's favorite things. On the list was a teddy bear, a bunny, a frog, rainbows, a tree, and a butterfly. So I painted the whole thing in my pop art mural because I thought that's what the kids would love to see the most. They wanted the mural to fit between the 2 bookshelves, so I just used the space the best I could. I had a lot of fun painting this. I just freehanded the whole thing, and it took me about 5 hours to paint. And here it is all done. It actually looks so cute in this little corner, and I'm so excited for the kids to come in on Monday and see this. Okay, so to answer a couple questions, like I said, it took about 5 hours to paint. It's painted with interior house paint and acrylic paint. This is a brick wall. I paint everything with brushes. I do not use any spray paint. And yeah, like I mentioned, it is 100% freehand. And as usual, I didn't pre-plan any of this mural. I just got to the wall and started painting, and whatever happened, happened. I did know going in that this was for a daycare, so I did want to make it really appealing to little kids. And I have a really good eye for that kind of thing because I think I'm a little kid at heart. Anyways, thanks so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it.